thing. How do I get a link? How do I get a link?
A link?
Yeah, how do you get a link to the actual to the actual live stream?
You click the link that you're on right now. Do you share the one up there?
No. I don't think that's how you do it.
You go on your phone and you share the link that you see that's on the phone.
Think so? Let me see.
Maybe.
Oh, and there's
the live now.
There's some feedback. There you go.
Well,
Got it.
I could
All
have
right.
done it from my phone too.
Well, we were just trying to, for those of you already joining us, we were trying to figure out how to get the link to the actual live stream. So I wanted to send it out there. And so I'm going to copy that over to Facebook and things like that real quick.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And yeah, link to our live stream. And I'm going to say, join us for mouth watering. Do we want our mouths to water?
I do when I'm eating chocolate because, you know, it kind of melts in your mouth. Oh, tag me.
Tag you?
Mm-hmm.
How do you tag people?
Right there, the blue one.
The blue one.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell how internet savvy I am because I'm like, yes. So how do you do that? And how do you do that? Okay, so we're going to post that. And then we're going to do it on our Twitter feed as well. Because Twitter is right now, it's a cesspool, but it is right now. And yeah. All right, so now it's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. And I think we're good to go. How are you doing tonight? Where are the kids?
Oh, I just dropped them at
Drop
soccer.
them off at soccer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Soccer.
they're liking soccer. Doing pretty well. They had their first game.
On Saturday,
Yep.
their first game.
Had their first game.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know that you're here. If you're, like I said, we're just getting started here. We're going to kick us off. Going to wait for people to arrive. The links just went out, so we'll wait a few minutes to get people in. And then we'll get started with what we're doing tonight. We're going to be talking some
Fishing recipes.
fish, after we caught them recipes. Do you call it fishing recipes? Or do you say it's fish recipes? Fishing recipes. Some sort of recipes. Recipes for fish?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with recipes for fish.
Or you can just label them by the specific fish.
Yeah, because you can't. Because that's the thing about fish is you can't really.
Bluefish.
You don't cook them all the same.
Recipes. Snapper recipe.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
So if you have a recipe that you like, let us know that too. X-Rogue, I'm just going to go with that. Peter from New Jersey, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you've got a favorite fish, let us know what it is. Maybe we have a recipe for it. That's going to be the goal for tonight. Because she's the cooking expert.
How would I cook it?
I am not saying, when I say this though, I am not saying women should be in the kitchen cooking. We're going to have to make.
Are you saying that women shouldn't be in the kitchen cooking?
No, women are more than welcome to be in
saying?
the kitchen cooking. I am not saying they have to be because some women don't like to cook and some men like to cook.
Emily doesn't like
Right,
to
so
cook.
I don't want to be sexist about this.
Yeah,
Some guys, that's the
she's
thing.
not watching right now, so I can talk about her.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So her husband is the one who does most of the cooking in their family, right? And so
X-Rogue, can I tell him?
No, I'm gonna finish.
Oh, finish the story. Okay, then I'll tell you.
Rude.
I'm sorry. I am ashamed.
So he's the one who does the cooking in the family, but this week he decides that he's going to go on his mountain bike and do some dangerous trails. And in so doing, he decides to take a little bit more danger than he admit to, a little bit more danger than he normally would have. Who knows why? He ends up taking a really bad fall. He broke ribs, collarbone, shattered elbow bone.
Oh, man, that's all pain. And there's no fishing for him.
There's not even helping with the babies.
Yeah.
So she said, honey, Frozen dinners.
Frozen
dinners until you're better, because I don't know how to cook. So guess what?
Part of why I thought we would talk about the fish, how we cook the fish, is because one of the things that I get a lot on the channel is, what do you do with the fish? Like, after you catch them, what do you do with them?
That's what Brenda says.
Yeah, people are always asking, what do you do with them?
What are you doing with it? Why are you keeping it?
Yeah, and for us, we eat them. That's what we do. And actually, I'm just going to say this now because he asked.
We'll start with bluefish.
X-Rogue, I'm not going to tell him how to do it, though, because tomorrow, I kid you not, tomorrow, well, we can tell him, but then he may not watch the video.
Is tomorrow the bluefish?
Tomorrow is our catch and cook bluefish. Yeah, we are going to do it. We did a catch and cook bluefish. We're going to get that out tomorrow afternoon. And I will say this.
You're not going to answer Pete from New Jersey's question because he has to watch the video. He has to watch the video.
That's the way YouTube works. I don't make the
Pete from New Jersey.
I don't make the rules. But no, the thing about it is, growing up, I grew up in Maryland, and we caught blues pretty regularly. They're schooling fish, and so we would catch them pretty regularly. We call them cocktails and slammers, and we had all kinds of names for them. In any case, I always grew up thinking that they were trash fish, that they were oily and nasty, and the meat was no good, and they were a fun fight, but you don't want to do anything with them. Couple of weeks ago, was it? We went down to, we went down to very near, on if you're in the Port Aransas area on the beach access too, and we got into some blues. And I hadn't seen them down here. That was the first time that I had seen them down here. Now, I hear that they're caught from time to time, the first time for me. And we kept a couple of them. And we said, we're going to see if we can cook these things up. Are they table or trash? And so we kept a couple of them, and we cooked them up, and we ate them. And I don't have an iron stomach, so don't think that, there are some channels that I watch, and they will eat anything.
Oh, I've seen someone eat ladyfish.
I saw somebody.
Like, they had to, get the bones out, turn the meat into mush.
I can't do that.
And then make this little ball.
It's not worth it.
And then you have to fry it.
Yeah,
and
I was like that. There's some things I won't do. I saw a guy eat a jellyfish. Yeah, a jellyfish. Yeah. I don't know if he joins us tonight, I'll let you know who he is. He has a video on it.
Oh,
he ate a jellyfish. But in any case, Peter, we actually are going to release that video tomorrow. So I don't want to spoil the whole thing.
No, but I can tell him ingredients to have on hand.
Yeah, but if you do want to cook them.
If he has a bluefish.
Well, but we won't tell you how they taste. How about that? We can tell you how we cooked it, but we won't tell you what it tastes like. Deal?
Okay, you have to watch our reaction.
Gotta watch the video to see how it actually tasted, but we can tell you how we cooked it.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. You're the one who made up the recipe. So
yeah. So you'll see this in the video, Peter, but you're gonna want to have some orange juice on hand, or you could do some fresh lime juice if you have that. And the idea is to soak it in citrus for at least an hour. And that will also help with the oily of the fish taste. Yeah. The other thing you can do is soak it in milk first, empty the milk, and then do an hour of the citrus. And
one of the because we're talking, for those of you joining us, we're talking fish recipes. And that's one thing that we've actually learned about cooking some of the stronger, I'm going to use that term, stronger tasting fish, where some people would even say that they're fishy tasting. Mm-hmm. Maybe they have huge bloodlines or things like that. Soaking them in buttermilk. I mean, we do catfish.
Mm-hmm. Buttermilk is your best. If you don't have that on hand, regular milk with 1 tablespoon of vinegar turns your milk into sour milk. So it turns it into buttermilk. So if you don't have that on hand, toss in a little bit of vinegar, very little. And then it would be sour. Soaking them.
For how long? Overnight?
It doesn't hurt it the longer you soak it. Okay. So if you don't have time because you're working 9 to 5, and when you get home you want to go right to cooking, then stick it in the morning before you leave, the night before. It doesn't matter as long as it has time to soak in the milk. Yeah.
So if you're watching, let us know that you're here tonight. I see there's several people that are watching. Let us know that you're just say, hey, good to see you, whatever. It's always fun to know who's with us. But that is something that we have noticed about fish. Stronger tasting fish. Soak them for a little bit.
Soaking them in milk, buttermilk or milk. Yeah. Catfish is one that you always want to soak.
Always soak the catfish. And they are, honestly, when you soak them, they're really good. they're really good. They're really good tasting.
I mean, my kids,
good.
they don't know that they're not eating chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no, they really do like that. And we soak them. And then, of course, with catfish, if we're going to lightly fry them, we don't deep fry anything, partly because I don't have a gallbladder. So anything deep fried is going to produce a very interesting.
Especially from a restaurant. Yeah.
Travis Jones, welcome. Flounder are biting now. Oh, my goodness. We are planning, God willing, to go down this weekend. The redfish are schooling up too, I've heard. This is like prime time in Texas for fishing, so we are looking forward to it.
And then right in the middle of prime time, it's like, hello, hurricane.
Yeah, so hurricane.
I'm going to come and
Delta.
ruin your plans.
Is it Delta? I think Delta is out
Delta.
there. Delta. Yeah, so Delta's out there. And so hopefully that won't interrupt the plans, but man, we want to get down there. Let's see, Peter, you said, I don't eat fish much, but I'll try this out. Good idea with the milk and orange juice. Yeah, if you're, especially, I'll say the bluefish tasted, well, I can't tell you what they taste like.
Yeah. I
know. I said I wasn't going to say. I almost messed up tomorrow's video with that.
But if you do have bluefish, these are a few basic.
Yeah, we have some spices. Spices are good.
You want to keep on hand.
Let's put them up to the camera here. This is garlic salt. Brand doesn't matter. Oh, that's kind of washing it out. There you go. Garlic salt. And
lemon pepper.
And this is just Walmart. Brand doesn't really matter for that. Although she's got this one that's made in Texas. I think everybody loves Texas stuff more. But those are spices that I definitely would say have that. We don't want to show them that yet. I'm already talking about it all day.
Okay. I use it.
Well, okay. But those are spices that she uses pretty much with a lot of it, right?
But with every fish, I put garlic, salt, and lemon pepper. Hands down, I always add that even to my mix with catfish. And a little bit of garlic, salt, and lemon pepper.
Yeah. The flounder, man, there's some good taste, especially fresh flounder. Now, I tell you this, my kids get fresh fish so much. We had some frozen flounder that we had bought from the store. You remember this? We had bought some frozen flounder, and we were thinking that bumped the whole table, knocked the whole camera.
I do what I can.
I know. But we bought those frozen flounder, and we served them to the kids.
I just bought them for AGB. I got a big bag.
They looked at me like, Dad, what are you making us eat? This is horrible. They hated them.
No,
the frozen ones.
No, I didn't do that.
No? I thought that's what they were like, this is just terrible.
No, I tricked them. Well, I tried to.
Well, you tried to.
So I had bought some frozen flounder before we had caught some, and so once we started catching the fresh fish, we started eating that as much as possible. But I wanted to supplement the meal because I didn't quite have enough of a redfish that we had caught. So it was a decent sized redfish, but for all 5 of us, I supplemented with some of that frozen fish. And I cut it up. And so what I did was I gave some of the redfish and then some of the flounder. And I just wanted to see, I seasoned the same way. I just wanted to see if they could tell. And they started eating it. As soon as they tasted the flounder, they said, Mom, something's wrong with this fish. I mean, this one over here is okay, but something is wrong with this fish. And I had even done my recipe where one of the recipes I have for cooking fish is to cover it in mayonnaise, and then you toss a shake and bake seasoning on top of it. And I have several of those videos that I do for that. But basically, instead of frying it, this is an alternative where it tastes kind of like breaded, but it's not fried at all. So it's a more healthy way. But you cover it in mayonnaise, the fish, and then you just dip it in this shake and bake that you can get from Kraft.
And then just pan
seasoning. And then you just put it in a pan and into the oven for like 30 minutes at 350. Depending, maybe not even 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
Depending on the thickness of the fish.
So anyhow, I had breaded all of them, so they couldn't tell, like from looking at it, if it was redfish or flounder, like the frozen kind.
As soon as they bit into it.
But they bit into that, like, this does not, Mom, something is wrong with this piece, and it was consistent, so I went ahead and tried it. And there is a major difference.
Fresh fish is much different.
And I have also heard that you have to be careful buying your frozen fish because a lot of it comes from China.
Yeah.
And I think it was Stanley Orchard that told me, I think, we'll have to call me on there, that they only he found out, it might not have been him, but they only inspect 5% of the fish coming in from China into our grocery stores. They only have the personnel to inspect 5%. And do you know that 60% of that 5% gets thrown out? It doesn't meet the standards. So most of it, so you're saying 95% of the fish gets through without getting checked.
Yeah.
And it's this frozen,
and how long is
mostly
it been
flounder.
that way?
And the thing is they farm them, and so they're not eating right. And so these flounder really taste like trash.
Yeah.
And I didn't like.
Maybe that should be the definition of trash fish. It should be fish that you buy at the store.
Well, fresh or frozen. I mean, you can buy
fresh fish. Depends
on where you live.
You live. Yeah, the farther you are away from the coast, probably.
No, but they call it flash frozen. The only decent fish that I've bought.
Let's see. Travis says caught a bunch of shorts, but limited out. Probably caught over 30. Wow. What, Travis? If you don't mind sharing, I'm not asking.
He says voodoo shrimp.
Voodoo shrimp. That's like DOAs. Same style. They have a little bit of. They actually remind me of the H2O Express ones that I got. Those are kind of like the. But Travis, if you don't mind saying, not the spots, because I don't ask for spots. I'm not like that. But what type of water? Oh, you're in Galveston. So what type of water and conditions were you looking for? Because that'd be helpful. Normally, when we've caught flounder, it's been in pretty good moving current, like where we can bounce things along the bottom.
Near a bridge, near some rocks,
structure, sandy bottoms.
Or even the jetties, they like that fast moving water.
Like the current, and just kind of bounce things over. And that's when we've caught them here. Wade and work rocks. Okay. All right. Good to, that's where we'll be looking for that. Although down here, we're starting to get into some bull reds. So that might be the ticket for this weekend. Augusta Gator says, "Go Gators." I don't know why you would say that. I'm assuming that you're some sort of Florida Gators fan. Actually, it's alligator season.
No, can you eat alligator?
I've
seen it on that Gator show. The Swamp People.
Well, I guess I can. It would be a plug for her channel, but Darcizzle Offshore. She put out a video. I want to say it was today, where catch and cook, hunt and cook alligator.
Hunt and cook. She hunt. Like gar?
No, like
alligator gar or real alligator.
Yeah, like alligators. So, welcome Texas Beach Bomb.
He says he's eating
alligator is really good.
To me, it just like looking at their skin. It seems like the meat would be tough.
It
just looks like I would be like, I'm not going to be able to chew that.
Yeah. Some fish are surprising in how gator's great. Okay, so we might be the only ones who haven't eaten gator.
I'm sure there's others. There's got to be others.
There's got to be other people. At least maybe in the chat, I don't know. NB Custom Tackle, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We are talking fishing recipes. That's, you know what, Travis, you bring up a good point there about preparing really most foods, but definitely fish. You got to know how to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And that's why I thought we'd talk about this tonight, because so many people ask us, how do you cook them? What do you do with them? Redfish, should we do them on the half shell? A lot of people do them on the half shell. We do them different ways, and sometimes we do them multiple different ways. Sometimes we grill them. Sometimes we just do what you were talking about with the mayonnaise and the breading and baking them.
Yeah. So maybe I should go through a few of these recipes.
Yeah.
With them.
Well, then you got brave also with redfish, and you made ceviche out of one.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have that video coming up too. Where she made redfish ceviche, which was kind of surprising. I gotta be honest, I didn't try it. Well, I tried a piece.
Oh no, you did.
I tried a piece. But I was just like, is this gonna be like sushi?
He was nervous.
I don't know. But for us, the fish that we catch is the fish that we eat. That's just how I work it. I'm not one of those people that put fish in the freezer and then they just rot. We don't like that.
No, we eat it about once a week.
Yeah,
so
we eat them, we catch them. If we catch them, we eat them.
So I'll start with.
Yeah, why don't
you want to read the chat, and I'll start with some.
Let's see. Let me go up a little bit. I'm missing. People are talking.
Some recipes.
Okay. Let's see. Bull Reds are running. Travis, Bull Reds are running. I am hoping this week and next, because next week, not this week, but the following week, my dad, for the first time like ever with me, is going to go out on my boat fishing. I've never taken my dad out on the boat. He's 65 now. That sounds terrible to say, but he's 65 now. And I am hoping to get him on some bull reds because
fun.
that would be fun. He's never caught a bull red,
but
so I'm hopeful.
Wait, he's out of state. How would he have it? Can he buy a tag?
Yeah, he can buy a tag. You can get your day of fishing license. Yeah, you have to give him a fishing license. Alligator's really good. Gator's great. Yeah, everybody's saying. Texas Beach Bum. Oh no, Austin. The best I ever had was, I don't know.
Coshada. Oh, Louisiana. Yeah, there's a lot of gators there.
Oh yeah, alligator eating gator and
okay. That's he's saying a place. Yeah.
Travis got to know how to cook it and killing hogs and filling freezers.
You have to know how to cook hogs.
You got to know how to cook.
You don't cook those.
We have down here, South Texas, it's actually a peccary. It's called javelina is the local word for it. And they smell like skunks. I would never eat one. They literally smell like you can smell them because they smell like skunks. You know they're around. And people eat them. And I don't know that I would. But we have feral hogs. Now, they say feral hogs are pretty good.
Yeah, javelina is like barely a step above rat, though.
She's hoping to get her first deer this year. She's going to go hunting this year and hopefully get her first deer. So that'll be
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I shot the 308.
Y'all expecting bad weather this weekend. And, oh, by the way, Travis, it's really awesome for helping out your friends there and filling up their freezers. I know for a lot of people, this is a hard time financially, and that's really awesome that you'd be doing that. That's very commendable and respectable. Expecting bad weather this weekend. Not here. From what I'm seeing, at least as of current, the hurricane is going
and it
curving
looks
up
like
towards
it's
Louisiana.
Going
looks like it's going to get hit.
Actually.
But it's going to mess up the water.
Javelina in the road. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's really a step above a rat, you know?
But anyway, going back to the hurricane, yeah, it looks like it's going to curve up to Louisiana. But anytime those things come in the Gulf, it's going to churn up the water. It's going to mess up. It's going to mess up surf fishing for sure. But we'll see what it does to other fishing. But we're hopeful. We're going to try. As long as the winds aren't too great, we're going to try and get out. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to stay on the boat.
Travis says if you add salt to fill the bags with water, the fish will keep for years. Yeah, Karen does that. She puts a little bit of water in there. And that helps with. We have also vacuum sealer. That helps with the freshness too.
Salt would also help. You know, they used to just salt fish back in the day. Salt and smoke, and they would last.
We have not smoked fish yet. We have got to try.
Texas Beach Bum just says the next time we get blues, we should smoke them.
Did he just say that? Oh yeah, okay. Catching up the chat. Next time you get some blues, smoke them. Yeah.
Now, I mean, I've had smoked salmon, but I haven't thought about smoking other fish.
So. They say mackerel. They say you can smoke mackerel is good.
And Ben is actually quite good at smoking. He's smoked quite a few different meats.
Smoking meats. I don't smoke other things.
Elk, deer, pork. You know, of course, chicken, briskets. I mean, ribs, and he's quite good at it.
I haven't smoked fish yet, so we'll have to do that.
Another person says
javelina is in the rodent family.
We need to do a catch, smoke, and
catch, smoke, and cook.
Well,
what was that? Catch and smoke.
Catch and smoke.
Catch and smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're not cooking it. You're just
Texas Beach. The hurricane is bad news, guys, and the surf this weekend. The weekend is going to be bad. Yeah, that's what the surf is definitely. It's going to turn up the surf, no doubt. I'm hoping that it won't mess up the bays too bad, but we'll see. I don't know. Water's going to be high. Yeah, water has been high there the whole month. The whole last month, the water was all very high. It was crazy high. High tides will make the flounder flush out this time of year. Yeah, that might be why the flounder are moving, especially in Galveston, because you guys are closer to where Louisiana is.
Yeah, they're going to get more churned up stuff than we will, but yeah.
And see, Augusta Gator says smoked fish is freaking awesome. Yeah, we're having trying
that. And mesquite. He uses
mesquite. And Texas Beach Bum does it with.
We have so much mesquite in Laredo. Yeah, mesquite is everywhere.
Mesquite wood is not our problem.
It's easy to find.
I can get mesquite wood pretty easily. Matter of fact, all the gas stations sell it. It is just everywhere. But we haven't. Unfortunately, we have not tried that.
Yeah, we need to smoke some fish.
We'll have to smoke some
next
fish.
Next time. I'd love that.
What fit you and Texas Beach Bum? You're saying you smoke all kinds of fish. So reds, anything? Am I hearing that correct? That you were reading that correct? That you really
smoke all his fish? That's what it sounds like.
Okay. All right, we haven't tried that. And I guess it would be again the way you prepare them. So season them. Do you maybe foil? Put them in foil
on the smoker.
Yeah, maybe put them in foil with some lemon juices and things.
That would work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably keep it kind of natural.
Yep. You could put them in foil.
Yeah, I guess Scares says foil. Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
Okay.
It probably smoked pretty fast too, because fish cooks fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would take too long.
So
Probably take me longer to get the fire temperature than it would. Because I do mine with actual wood, so it would actually take me probably longer to get the correct temperature than it would be to actually smoke the fish. But I wouldn't think it would take long, maybe a half hour. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe, or less.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're smoking it at, 200 degrees, so maybe, yeah.
But anyway, why don't you tell them.
Without smoking the fish,
smoking the
for
fish,
those who have not smoked, fish, and you don't have a smoker, you don't know how to do that, there are some other simple ways to cook fish. Your most basic way to cook fish is on the grill. If you have a grill, simply put it in foil and you use butter. I use butter. I put in the foil and I put the butter on directly onto the fish. Then your seasonings, which I showed before, I use a lot of garlic, salt, and lemon pepper. When I am seasoning my fish, you can use regular salt and garlic powder also. I love doing that. The other main ingredient you need for seasoning is some sort of citrus. You can use lime or lemon, fresh squeezed, or if you already have lemon juice or lime juice in your fridge and you keep that regular, you can use that too. You can soak it
kind of helps that we have a lime tree and a lemon tree in the backyard.
You can soak it beforehand. You can put it directly on the fish with the butter right there. And then you close the foil.
Can you put the vegetables in there?
You can.
Yeah, put the vegetables.
So it depends on, I like my fish with vegetables. So I'll chop up onions and peppers and tomatoes or whatever else I want, put it onto the fish, close it into the foil, and that way it's all cooked at once in that nice.
And that really works with pretty much all kinds of fish. I mean, we've done that with snapper, reds, trout, whiting.
Yep, all of those.
All of those. We've done that.
So that's a basic way to cook your fish. A smoking would be another basic way to do it.
And so he says, Travis Jones says the flounder migrate by instinctive behavior. When the daylight gets shorter, the migration begins. Cold fronts kicks the big ones. Yeah, I think the last time she caught that one, 18-inch flounder right off of the jetties. No, South Jetty.
But it was November.
But that was November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
cold. Hanging
right in the beach, right in the surf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she was bouncing. I got a special jig for those, and she was jigging along, and boom, she got one. She's actually. This is something it's a little off subject, but I'll tell them. Yeah. You should be only one big fish award off of your elite angler status. You should have the trout coming in.
Oh, and the lady.
And the ladyfish,
But they're about 8 weeks behind.
Yeah.
So.
Then you only need a redfish. The only thing you don't have is a redfish, and then bam, you got five fish. You are a elite angler.
But all of y'all can do it. I'm sure all of you have caught fish enough for the Texas Big Fish Award. You just got to do your paperwork.
Augusta Gator says, do it when you're smoking something else. If I'm doing a Boston Bow, throw some fish on there as well. Saves on wood. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I'm doing something else, it's big.
Yeah. Good.
I figured being in South Texas, I had to learn how to smoke things.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like the thing to do. It's like on Saturdays, especially even during COVID, it didn't really matter. You go outside, you smell all the carne asadas. I mean, it's just everybody's smoking something out there. So I was like, have to do that.
I have a few more elk butts to smoke.
Do we? You still have some elk meat? Yeah, elk is really good smoked. That's not fish. Anyway, here before we get too long, because you're gonna have to go get the kids before too long here. Mm-hmm. This is my special sauce. For those of you from the South, you may not know this brand. My brother brought this. We actually did find it in College Station. I haven't found it. Yeah, I haven't found the local, but Old Bay. I love this stuff. I put this on everything.
Well, not
pretty much everything.
Not your ice cream.
Not my ice cream, but pretty much everything. I love this. But I don't know if it's an acquired taste. You like it too. The kids like it. It's not a strong taste, but man, Old Bay. The first time
I always put it on fries.
The first time we went crabbing down here, I put Old Bay. I was steaming the crabs, and I started putting it on the crabs, and she ate Old Bay steamed crabs for probably the first time, and he was like, "This does not taste like any crab I've ever had. This is good." and she liked it. Old Bay, I don't know, it has the season, but then it's from Maryland. I mean, it was made in Maryland, so we're
it doesn't taste like the Chinese restaurant crab, then.
No.
Sure.
How far away from College Station? We're about 5 hours. We're in Laredo, Texas.
We're in Laredo, but
So about 5 hours.
I grew up in College Station my whole life, so I was raised there for 20 years, and my parents still live there.
Yeah.
My sister is in Brenham. My other sister is in Montgomery, or basically, what's the town there? Conroe.
Yeah, she lives around Lake Conroe.
And then my brother in Dallas. So everybody's kind of central and
Central
ends up
East.
going to College Station as a
Central
good
East,
meeting
yeah.
spot for everyone.
Texas is so big. We're being in Laredo. We are actually 2.5 hours to the coast, 2.5 hours to Corpus.
I mean, 2.5 to San Antonio,
Yeah.
3 to Austin.
3 to Austin.
Yeah.
If
that
you drove
kind of thing.
across Texas, it's right about 18 hours. If you drove from
Yeah.
Beaumont, is in Beaumont there, all the way over to El Paso, it's something like 18 hours. Never going to do that. I have no
Mhm.
intention of ever doing that.
So the joke became in Texas when you're driving, the kids used to say, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" But our kids don't say that. In
Are we
Texas,
out
you say, "Are we out of Texas yet?
Are we out
Are we out of Texas
Are we
yet?
out of
Are we out of?" Because
Yeah.
that's the most of the driving.
So you talked about the lemons and
The easiest way to cook fish is grilling.
And then we've talked
So-
about the mayonnaise with the
That's the
shake and
second
bake
way.
kind of thing in the oven.
Yeah, so you just get
That's
mayonnaise
2
and you
ways.
spread it on the fish, and you buy some shake and bake and you dip it, and then you put it in the oven, and that's another easy way to make fish.
And then we talked about soaking fish that maybe have a stronger flavor or maybe have the bloodlines, maybe muddy.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people, they say catfish tastes like mud, but
Mhm.
when you soak them, it really kind
Soak in milk,
of gets all
sour
that out.
milk, buttermilk, any of those options.
Gets it out. Any other recipes that you want to share? Or-
So
I
another
don't want to tell them
way,
about ceviche yet because we got a video.
ceviche
We
is another
we got
way
a video coming
to
out
cook
with
your
that.
fish. Another way, the most simple for a fish that you're not sure if you're going to like fish. I don't know about grilling. It's going to be fish. You're worried about it. Go ahead and do a recipe that breads it and lightly fries it. The easiest way
Not
to
deep
do
frying.
that is
We're not a fan of deep frying. I can
you
say
get
that.
a plastic bag, like a big gallon Ziploc, and then you put 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of cornmeal. Then shake in your seasonings. I use all 3 of these. Shake in your seasonings into the cornmeal flour mixture. Then simply take your fish. You're going to
One
dip
does
it.
not simply.
One does not simply.
One does not simply.
You take your fish and you dip it in first the bag, then some eggs,
Yeah.
eggs and milk mixture, then back into the bag to coat it. So you first coat it with that flour, and then the eggs will stick to it better. Then you go into the eggs, then go back into the flour mixture, and then you lightly fry it in oil. So
Vegetable
all you
oil.
need is about 1/4 inch. Vegetable oil, canola oil.
Peanut oil.
You can use peanut.
Not
I
olive
don't
oil.
recommend it.
Not
I
olive oil.
don't usually use olive oil for frying.
Yeah.
You can saute in
I've
olive
heard something
oil.
bad happens with olive
There's
oil.
just
if it
a
gets too hot.
smoke you have to be careful
Okay.
of that can be toxic
Okay.
at high temperatures. Depends on how high you're doing it. But you can, if you don't like any type of vegetable oil and you're more health conscious, you can use grapeseed oil.
Okay.
And you can buy that
Grapeseed oil.
at large quantities in Sam's or Walmart. You can buy big things of
Okay.
grapeseed oil. So you can use that to lightly fry your fish. And then after 3 minutes, turn them over. And that's the best way to do catfish. My kids love fried catfish.
Yeah, they do.
And I don't deep fry. I just do that lightly frying after 3 minutes in like 1/4 inch in oil and flip them till they're a little
It's
bit
why they
brown.
keep begging us to go for catfish.
They like that.
They like that. They like this.
So, but you can use it for whiting, and you can use it for any fish, flounder, and you can use
But
it
I
for.
would say our favorite is probably, I mean, if we're going to pick a favorite type,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a grillable fish, is grilling.
I just find it the most healthy way to
Healthy.
eat, hands down, and easiest because I can wrap it in foil, put on my vegetables, and then set it and forget it.
Travis says, when I grill most fish, I catch offshore. You go offshore fishing a lot. Okay. King, ling, and tuna. She wants a tuna.
He
That's what
uses
she wants.
dill. Okay, yeah. You
like
can
dill.
use dill. The way we get our dill is he likes to make a dill dip.
Yeah, it's like
And so you dip your fish in
I take mayonnaise and ketchup and dill and Old Bay
and make basically a sauce better than a tartar sauce.
I think.
People like tartar sauce, but we do that. So that's also an easy way is to go ahead and lightly fry your fish. So any fish would pretty much taste good that way.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not the most healthy, but it's not bad.
Texas Beach Bum says you got to try Gringo's Chupacabra. Where do you get that? Is that like HEB? Did you get that HEB?
Is it a sauce or a spice?
I don't know. Amazon.
Oh,
All right, I'll look it up. I'll have to look it up.
Wait, is it too hot? I don't like things that are going to burn my mouth.
It sounds like it. If it's Chupacabra,
yeah,
it sounds like. Because some of those things, some of these guys, they like that. They like hot sauce. They put like
I don't want to like breathe fire after.
Yeah, like Frank's Red Hot, and they're just dumping that stuff on
yeah.
everything. You know, I put that on everything. We got to keep it family friendly, so I put that on everything. Spice mainly a rub for meat, but it works good on fish, and it's not hot. Okay. All right. Well,
the rubs.
We actually did. We're not sponsored by them or in any way endorsed by them or anything like that, but we did enjoy Far Out Foods. They had some really good spices. They're an all natural company, and they had some really good spices. They sent us a pack, some packs to try and things, and they were really good. And they're all natural, so no preservatives, right? So if like you're sensitive to preservatives or what do they call those the things they put in their food, or they don't have GMOs and they don't have anything like that. So if you have a food sensitivity, Far Out Foods is pretty good with their spices. I don't think they're any more pricey. They're not any more pricey really than any other.
And I love their sausage spice.
It
turns deer meat
really
into
good.
Breakfast sausage
Really
with just a tablespoon.
Yeah, and then I don't want you to think this is a sponsored spot or anything like that. It's not. It's just something we
They have a ranch one and a lemon one that I would use for fish. I don't use the sausage one.
No, sausages, yeah. But for the deer meat, because really our food, our main source of food is deer
meat and
fish.
Fresh fish.
That's pretty much our diet is deer meat and fresh fish.
We hardly ever eat chicken.
We don't eat much chicken. We don't eat much beef.
If we go out, then we'll choose chicken.
That's our main diet. So we found some good ways to prepare it. And I butcher my own deer, cut up my own fish. That's the way we do it. But anyway, hopefully this helps a little bit. I know people will watch this later and all that stuff, but
there's one more way to cook fish.
More. Okay.
One more before we go.
Okay.
People call it blackened fish.
Blackened, yes.
So that's
but you can only use that with certain fish, I think, right?
Well, it's the same as grilling, that you just want to go ahead and grill or blacken a fish that already tastes good. So I chose not to do
blackened tuna, like blackened tuna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tuna, a great one. Flounder, a great one. Because it's a very
Have we had blackened flounder?
Mm-hmm.
We've had that? Okay.
It's a very good tasting fish.
We have to get more flounder.
So you can go ahead and blacken it.
Travis says you can blacken, and Texas Beach Bum blacken is great.
Mm-hmm.
Travis says you can blacken. So how do you blacken? For those that may not know.
You're basically using a cast iron pan, some butter, a little bit of butter and spices, and you're cooking that fish directly in that hot cast iron pan. So you're searing it with butter and pepper. But that's what gives it a little bit of the blackened look, is you're using pepper and butter, and it kind of gets that searing on it, because
Travis says catfish is great blackened.
You're not using a lot of oil.
You want to try blackened catfish?
You can. It's just that I prefer the salt waters that are blackened.
Okay.
I mean, you can always eat it that way.
Augusta Gator says he loves catfish blackened. Well, let's try it.
I mean, you're just going to get a little bit more flavor of the fish that way.
But if you soaked all the...
But if you soak it, I haven't tried it that way because the kids love catfish and they equivalent it with the frying. They want that chicken nugget.
They want the chicken nuggets,
So they want to dip their chicken nugget in ketchup. It's not chicken, it's a catfish nugget, because I make little bite-sized pieces when I do it, and so that they like the nugget size that they can dip in ketchup. So I'm afraid that if I blacken it,
I think for most part we fillet all of our fish. That's another thing. It's like some people, they don't fillet fish. They think it's wasting meat. And then there are some. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
What do you mean they don't fillet?
They cut the head off, gut it, cut the head off.
Thing?
Some of them don't cut the head off. It's just gut it.
Oh, they cook
the whole fish.
Oh.
We've not. I haven't done that because it would probably freak out the kids a little bit too much.
I don't
know. You scale them and just cook the whole fish.
I've heard some people eat fish eyes. But I just don't. No, I don't do that. I don't.
Let's see, General Mud Crab. Nice name. I don't even wonder how you came up with that one, but that's good. General Mud Crab. Well, yeah, that's good.
Is a mud crab a thing?
Yeah, I think that's a thing. Mud crabs?
Are they little small crabs like you find in the mud?
Yeah. General Mud Crab's on here, so you have to ask him. I don't know.
No.
Lemon pepper catfish. Okay, lemon pepper.
Well, I always use lemon pepper
always use lemon
no matter
pepper,
what. So.
So
mud crab is from Skyrim.
Skyrim. Okay, all right. I should know that. I played Skyrim back in the day. I should know that. Game. Augusta. So let me go back up one. Travis Jones says, "I hate those OPs on the lines this time of year, river and run them deer hunting." Yeah, I understand that. And Augusta Gator says, "I hate bones in it." Yeah, we do. That's pretty much why we.
I always feel for bones because, especially, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. What if somebody's coming over who doesn't eat fish very much? I might choose to lightly fry it, and I want my fish to already be ready and with no bones in it. If I want to chop it up and do cubes, or if I want to blacken it, I don't want the bones.
Yeah.
So we always debone before we put it in the freezer.
And because of kids, I want to be careful with the kids. Mm-hmm. Texas Beach says, gut it and cook it whole. That's the way I usually do it. Yeah, that's the way I grew up doing it.
Now, if you're going to smoke it, maybe you can just keep it on the half shell at least.
I mean, that's the way I grew up.
But the kids don't like picking out bones.
My dad would probably mortified for me seeing me fillet a fish. He'd probably like, "What are you doing to that fish?"
Yeah. Well, they used to think it was a waste of meat because then you don't eat the throat, and then you're not eating whatever.
And if it's big enough, and if it's a certain type of fish, cheek meat.
Cheek meat.
Yeah. Some people really like the redfish.
Yeah, until you get a kid that takes a bone out of their fish and they look at you like, "Mom, you're such a failure."
Yeah, that is the thing with working with kids. But all right. So let's see what else we got. We got to pull this down because we got to go get the kids.
You need to get them.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this up just real quick. Let's see. Gut and cook it. We already read that one. Simon Pops, welcome. Eat the eye of your first swordfish. All right. Well,
I don't know about fish eyes. I'm not. They're so gooey. I don't even eat oysters or clams because I don't like the gooey texture at all.
Let's see. Flatheads or OPs are my favorite catfish. Yeah, I don't know. We do have some flatheads down here, but not too many.
I really have to get them.
All right. And Texas Beach Bum says, just drop the whole fish in the plate and see. You should see the look. Yeah, that's the thing. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight for the live stream. As always, we really do appreciate everyone. I don't know if you guys pay attention to subscriber counts, and for me, it's kind of an exciting thing because the kids are getting really excited about it. But we are at just over 900 subscribers now, so we are getting close to the 1,000 mark. We're really kind of excited about that. I'm Augusta Gator. Have a great weekend. All you guys that joined us, have a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. Tomorrow, videos come out. Tomorrow is going to be one on bluefish catch and cook. That's why we thought we'd talk about some recipes tonight. So in any case, hope to see you all soon again. Thank you all again so much for the support for the channel. You guys are awesome. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Y'all have a good one.